Okay, welcome to this episode of the In My Era podcast. It is like 6:20, but it feels like 10:30 to me. I am exhausted. I'm so tired. I think I just had a long day. I was working all day and saved this for last minute. Love a good procrastination moment, except like I just had a mental breakdown, so I'm like this is fun. So yeah, I guess we'll start the life update there. Overall, thriving. Did I have a minor mental breakdown about what I'm doing with my life? Yeah, for sure. Honestly, it's been a long time since I cried, so like it needed to happen. Despite all of that, I wanted to come on here and talk about some of the best and worst dates that I have been on because like I have been on some really, really funny dates. Like, the kind that I'm like, I can't believe that they're real sometimes. Don't mind my stuffed animal. Um, so yeah, I was gonna do one bad date and then a good one, just like, teeter totter it like that kind of to balance out. So, okay, let's start back with like the worst date I ever went on in high school because, we're going all the way back to the archives, okay? I also would like to say that I have been on a lot of dates in my day. Um, yeah, a lot. I feel like when I am like in the dating stage, like when I'm dating, like going on dates with people, I am dating. And like if it doesn't work out with someone, I'm like, cool, like still searching. I will say now I am done. Now I am not dating, but back when I was. Okay, so back in high school, let's see here. Okay. Oh my god, some of these are like insane. Like I'm reading them on my list and I'm like I cannot believe that happened to me. Okay. So, okay, this is back in high school. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so I went on a date with a boy and it was like one of my boyfriends at the time in high school. And we were like making out in his car and someone called the police on us. Like dead serious. Three cop cars like surrounded the car and made us step outside of the vehicle. I was like 15 years old, absolutely mortified, and they were like, "We got a call that said that you were having sex." And I literally was like, "I'm just 15, like I have no idea what you're talking about. Like I would never do that because dead serious, I would never do that. Like I was just kissing this boy." And then the police called our parents. I remember my dad answered and he was like, my dad's a doctor. And he was like, "Is this it? Like, was she breaking any laws?" And they were like, "No, but like she was kissing a boy in the parking lot." And my dad was like, "Okay, cool. Like, I gotta go." So yeah, that was probably the worst date I went on in high school. Just because like it was genuinely traumatic. Like after that, I don't think like that boyfriend and I like ever felt comfortable like kissing or holding hands or hugging or being affectionate because it felt wrong. It felt dirty, okay? After that, I would say all of my dates in high school and freshman year of college were pretty normal. Um, they only started to get out of hand when I started going on Hinge in San Diego. Hinge is supposed to be the dating app for relationships, like where you go to find a boyfriend. But that's just not the case in San Diego. Hinge is where you go if you want to be like atrociously humbled and if you want to lose your faith in humankind. That's my opinion. That being said, let's share a good date experience. I'm like, do I have any from high school? No. They were all pretty average. Honestly, all of my boyfriends in high school, you guys were amazing. But you didn't make any of my best date lists. Okay. Man, it's so funny because some of the best dates that I have on this list are also with guys who have different dates on my worst date list, okay? One of my favorite dates of all time is this guy. He would bake with me. Like we would just get together and then bake food and then like watch a movie, and like that was it. And it was really wholesome, really sweet. I absolutely loved it. That's it for the first one that we're going to share on the good dates, cuz like let's get into the bad dates, okay? Let's really get into this. Flashing forward, okay, we're in college now in San Diego, and this is also a Hinge date. First Hinge date with this guy. We're going to the farmer's market together. On the way back from the farmer's market, we get absolutely dogged by another car. Like, we get hit so hard by another vehicle. And I was holding this huge juice, and the whole thing just went flying. And, like, I spilled the whole container of juice and dropped my phone in it, like, as we were, like, smashed into pieces by another vehicle. And then, like, we had to get out of the car, and this guy had to, like, call his dad, and we had to, like, call 911, and it was crazy. So that was a pretty rough date, but, like, what is even crazier is that we went on another date, and on another date, we were hit again. Like, dead serious. We went on a date, like, on Saturday, and then we went on a date, like, the next Wednesday, and on that next Wednesday, we were hit by another car. And in this accident, my date was just like, oh, like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm already getting it fixed, to the lady that hit him. I should have taken that, like, as a sign to not date him. But I did proceed to be his girlfriend, and it was an atrocious relationship. So that should have foreshadowed. I just wasn't aware. Okay, we're going back. We're going to a good date. Okay. Some of these are fucking hilarious. Trivia dates. Love it. I absolutely love it. Am I good at trivia? No. But I think it's just so fun because you're a team, like, with your date. And I feel like it's like a bonding moment. It's wholesome. No one's trying to get in your pants. You're just having a good time together. And I love that. Okay, cool. That was a good one. Crossing that one off the list. Going back for the bad dates. Guys, these are so good. Oh, these get me going. Oh my god. Okay, so basically, some of these are so bad, I, like, literally don't even want to put them on the internet. I mean, you guys have already heard the date that I went on, like, over the summer, where it was my third date with this guy, and I thought I was meeting his friends, but he invited, like, 6 other girls. Cool. Crossing that one off the list, because you guys have already heard about that. But, like, the audacity. And it's the way that, like, I see this guy all the time still. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Flashing back, we're going to a good date. Oh my god. This one guy, last year, I liked so much. And he took me surfing. And I had never been surfing before, like, out past the break. And so I was horrified. I thought I was going to drown. This man takes me out there. And I actually had the time of my life. Like, because I liked him so much, and there was so much adrenaline in my body, I was full sending these waves. And, like, I was doing okay, I loved it. Surfing with a sweet guy, great date. Just to balance the scale, though, surfing with a shitty guy, awful. Oh my god, I also went on a surfing date with a shitty guy. Literally, I thought I was going to drown. I was getting waterboarded by these waves. This man did not care. He literally was just doing his own thing. It's like, this was a surfing date where he wanted to hang out with me, except he didn't actually want to hang out with me. He just wanted to go surfing and then have the opportunity to maybe sleep with me after. Ugh. Literally, I hate it. But yeah, I literally almost died that surfing trip, and I was like, I am never going surfing on a date ever again. Yeah, I stand by that. Okay, flashing back. We're going to a good date. Okay, same guy as the first good surfing date. Okay, we went to Texas Roadhouse. Dude, this honestly, I think, has to be the best date I have had in my entire life. And I'm not here to gas up this guy. Because this guy, he's a great guy. Didn't work out. We're friends now. But, like, I'm not in love with you is basically what I'm saying. The date was just awesome. So we had gone to the beach and played Go Fish at the beach, which, by the way, playing card games is just my favorite thing in the entire world. So we played card games, and then he was like, you've never been to Texas Roadhouse, right? Like, let's go. And I was like, okay, yeah, of course. Oh my god, literally so fun. We get to Texas Roadhouse, and like I was in a silly goofy mood that day. And so the waiter's like coming up, and he's like, you know what you want to eat? And I was like, no, he literally just called me fat. To the waiter. And like my date was like into it. And so we were just like bantering, and then the waiter like understood what was happening, and then he was like joining in, and it was so funny because like my date was like basically just like calling me fat to the waiter, and then I made a joke about how I needed 6 bread baskets, and the waiter brought me 6 bread baskets. While we were at this date, our waiter told me, he was like, you're so funny, you could be a comedian. And I was like, oh my god, I am thriving. That's why that was the best date ever, because like the waiter was awesome. It was just funny. It was just like such a funny experience, and I loved it. Best date of my life. Okay, going back to a shitty date. All right. This was a Hinge date with this guy who's from Australia. He was 6'3", named Calvin, and from Australia. So if you live in San Diego and you know a guy named Calvin who is 6'3", run. Anyways, no red flags leading up to the date. Really funny over text, really sweet. I was very optimistic. I show up for this date, and I am looking cute. Like, I have a cute top on, did my hair, did my makeup. Like, I was feeling really cute. He's wearing pajamas. I'm not even kidding. Looks like he didn't even shower. It looks like he hadn't washed his clothes in like 2 weeks. I get into the car, and immediately I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. But he's Australian. And so I'm like, you know, it's kind of fun. Like, at least I can hear him talk. So we go and get burritos. The whole time, I'm still convinced that, like, this date for this Australian man was a bit. Like, I think that he was literally using it as a comedy bit the whole time. And it was just this joke that I wasn't catching on to. Because we went to get burritos, and then he doesn't want to eat them in the restaurant. He takes us back to his car, and he's like, let's just eat them in my car. And I was like, all right. I'm eating my burrito. He inhales his. Literally, it's like he shoved it down his throat. It was disgusting. I have never been more disgusted seeing someone eat in my entire life. And then he was like, wait, can I have a bite of yours? And I was like, yeah, of course. I give him my burrito. He inhales it. He finished my burrito. I had probably like 5 bites. Also, this was my favorite burrito in all of San Diego. Like, this was one of my like comfort special occasion foods. And he devoured his burrito. Disgusting. Takes mine, devours mine. Disgusting. And then, guys, like, I should have just gone home at this point, but he drove me, and it's hard for me to leave awkward situations. And so I was just like, whatever, I'm along for the ride. After he eats my burrito, I'm like, whatever, I wasn't hungry anyways. He was like, do you want to go get a drink? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Keep in mind, I wasn't even 21 yet. Like, I was straight up using a fake ID. So we go into this bar, and I get, what did I get? He ordered me a vodka Red Bull. First of all, I hate vodka. I hate it. I hate it so much. So I don't drink it. And so he ends up drinking my drink and his drink. And then he was like, wait, like, you got the tab, like, while I'm in the bathroom? And I was like, what? Like, I thought he was kidding. I thought he was joking. He goes to the bathroom, comes back, and he goes, did you pay it? And I was like, what? And he's like, did you pay the tab? And I was like, oh, like, I'm not even 21. Like, I don't even know how to pay a tab. And he was like, it's really not that hard. You just go up to the table and ask. And I was like, in my head, I was like, this is not real. Like, he's kidding, right? No, he was dead serious. So I was like, whatever. Go up there, give this bartender my card, pay the tab. We're driving back towards my apartment. And he asks me if I want to come over and watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Yep. I looked at him and I was like, I don't think tonight's a good night. I've got work early in the morning. Thank God he dropped me off. I made it home safe. I didn't block him because I didn't think he would text me, but he did text me. He texted me again like a week later telling me that he had a good time and he wanted to hang out again. And then I blocked him. So that was the end of Calvin. Ugh. That was the worst date I have ever been on. Genuinely, that was really bad. Okay, another good one. Oh my God. This guy falls under the category of he is on my best date list and my worst date list. And we no longer speak because of how bad the worst dates got. But, at first, it was all green flags. He had planned, like, the sweetest birthday brunch for me. Like, he had gotten reservations at this really, really cute breakfast place in downtown San Diego. He picked me up. I'm like, I don't know if he had flowers. But he, like, went all out. Like, this man went all out for this breakfast. Like, his outfit was fire. My outfit was fire. We looked cute. We were sitting at brunch and, like, he was asking, like, really, like, in-depth questions, like, trying to really get to know me. I was like, oh my God, like, this man is so cute. So sweet. And then we went on, like, a really long walk after breakfast. And it was great. I loved that date. It was so thoughtful. And the coolest part about it was that, like, he didn't really know me that well. Like, we had gone on one date previously, and he'd planned, like, a better birthday brunch than most of my boyfriends have planned when I was dating them on my birthday. Moving to some of the bad dates with this man, we'll start out simple. This same man and I went on a date to the beach together, all right? Which is just chill. Honestly, it started out really cute. We were just, like, having fun, swimming in the ocean. He was, like, like, picking me up and, like, spinning me around. And, like, I don't know, there's just something about kissing someone while you're in the ocean that's, like, so cool. I don't know. That part of the date was fire. Then, guys, I'm laughing. He's still in the ocean, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm just gonna go lay on the towel and, like, tan a little bit. So he's swimming around. I go walk back to the towel, and as I walk up to the towel, I notice that there are, like, these 3 high school boys sitting right behind us. And I was like, wait a second. Why does this guy in the middle kind of look familiar? And then it hit me. One of these high schoolers was at Coachella. And while we were at Coachella, this boy and I had kissed. But guys, let me clarify. When I met this boy at Coachella, I was like, oh my gosh, like, how old are you? Where are you from? Where do you go to school? He told me he was a junior at San Diego State University, just like I was at the time. So I was under the impression that this boy was in college, okay? I didn't learn that he was in high school until this date, because I noticed he's right behind where me and my date are set up. And so I'm like, oh my God. So I get to the towel, and I put on my sunglasses, I put on my hat, and I just, like, sit there, and I wait. My date comes back from the ocean, comes up to me all cute, like, kisses me, like, honestly, he was acting like a boyfriend. Like, we're sitting there, and I am not affectionate. I am very uncomfortable, because, like, this kid that I just kissed at Coachella is right behind me, like, literally right behind me. And I'm just listening to the boy and his friends talk, because I'm trying to understand, like, his friends looked really young, and so I was like, okay, if they're in high school, like, they're probably going to say something that's going to give away that they're in high school. Sure enough, they were seniors in high school. Yep. So while we were there, I had learned, oh, wait, this boy that I kissed at Coachella was a high schooler. And he was right behind me on my date with this other guy. Yeah. We're going to leave it there. After that, I just don't trust men anymore, honestly. Especially, I'm like, even if boys look old enough, I will not be kissing strangers, because I do not want to catch a case. Cool. All right, moving on to a good date. Hiking. Generally, I love hiking. I think hiking as a date is really fun. It's a great way to get to know someone. It's an active activity, it's cool. I will say though, if a hiking date sucks, it sucks really bad. But if they're good, they're really good. So, it's a 50-50 shot. One time I went on a hiking date with the Texas Roadhouse man, and there was like this really long staircase at the end of the hike that gets kind of slippery because it's by the ocean, and I literally fell down the stairs. But like, despite falling down the stairs, it was still like also one of my favorite dates. Texas Roadhouse man, honestly, he gets a lot of the good dates. I had so much fun on dates with him, but nevertheless, we are friends and it is good. Back to the bad dates, guys. I know this is what you're all here for. Okay. The same guy that planned this really sweet breakfast brunch for me while we were at breakfast was like, hey, like, this artist is coming to San Diego next week. I want to buy you tickets so that we can go together to this concert. And I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. I would love to go. So I get ready for this concert. I am looking really cute, first of all. Looking really cute. I'm really excited. At this point, I think that this boy that I am going on dates with could be my next boyfriend. Like, it was going in that direction. Like, he was giving boyfriend energy. He was giving husband energy, Until we were driving to the concert. He was driving us to the concert. He had put my lip gloss in his, like, little pocket because my outfit didn't have pockets on it, and I didn't bring a purse because it was, like, in Petco Park. Whatever. So my lip gloss was in his pocket. And him and I were pretty comfortable with each other. And so I reach into his pocket to grab my lip gloss. And I pull out my lip gloss in a little white baggie. Guys, and if there's one thing about me, I don't fuck with drugs. I don't fuck with them. I am totally okay with people doing them. Totally cool. I just don't want to be around them. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. And so I'm holding this bag of cocaine, and I'm holding it up, and I'm like, what is this? And he was like, oh, like, it's just some cocaine. And I was like, you're driving me to this concert. Were you planning on doing cocaine? And he was like, oh, yeah, like, I was just planning on doing cocaine at the end of the night to, like, sober up when I drive you back. And I was like, you were planning on doing cocaine to drive me home? And he was like, I won't do it. I'm sorry, I won't do it. I'll just give it to my friends. I don't have to do it. I literally went nonverbal. Like, I was so upset. I was like, oh my God. I thought this man was about to be my boyfriend, and it went away in the blink of an eye. I was like, it is over. I was like, I can't do this anymore. But, having a hard time being in sticky situations, I still went to the concert, okay? I went to the concert. I had an okay time. It was fine. Did I have a great time? No, because I knew that I was never going to see this man ever again. At one point, he was like, I want to put you on my shoulders. He puts me on his shoulders, and I literally was like, I was falling asleep in the crowd. I was so bored. Like, I just wanted to go home. Also, I was tired, like, it was a long day. So mid-concert, he drove me home. He didn't do cocaine because he saw how upset I was. And I think he, like, had also, like, felt like we were going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And I think he really wanted me to be his girlfriend. And I think he knew how badly he fucked up because, like, oh my God. The drive home was just, like, really awkward. It was just really quiet. And after that, I texted him and I was just like, hey, like, I'm just not really interested anymore. I ended up having to block him on everything. If he somehow is listening to this, I hope you're doing well. Don't take it personally. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Okay. I think that was it. Honestly, guys, I think that was my worst date ever. Was my date telling me that he was going to do cocaine. Like, and me pulling out a bag of cocaine. Like, I've never been closer to cocaine than when I was holding that little bag. And I was like, what the fuck is this? As he is driving me to this concert. And then I'm like, is he high right now? Like, is he on cocaine right now? Yeah. it was pretty soon after that I had given up on dating. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Those were some good and bad experiences. I'm going to start by saying that if you want signs that a guy is good and you're on Hinge, there are none. You will not be able to tell if a man is good or bad until like 4 dates in. I swear. The only way to tell if a guy is good is if like you have mutual friends. I feel like if you meet someone through a mutual friend, it normally works out so much better. But just like, Hinge sucks. Hinge sucks, especially in San Diego, and it's weird because I know so many people who have gotten into relationships off of Hinge and Tinder, and I've even been in some relationships off of that, but it's just not worth it. My advice to anyone watching would be to not date. I would say don't do it. Until you meet someone where like it just makes sense, just don't do it. Save yourself, okay? Okay, that's all. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go to bed now. This was a fun little shake me out of my mental breakdown moment. I am feeling better actually. That being said, I love you guys and goodbye. And yep, I'm leaving. Okay, cool. Bye.